Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. I'm your host, the Innkeeper, and this is a Wheel of Time Theory Primer. Have you ever asked yourself, who's Nakomi? Inevitably, for any mystery of great enough significance, we are left with an unquenchable desire to understand, an ever-growing list of questions, and, if we're honest, the smallest hope that we'll get some answers. In that light, and in preparation for our live What Wednesday discussion all about Nakomi, we hope you enjoy this Theory Primer. Of course, we'll do our best to not spoil any significant events in the Wheel of Time series, while providing you as many facts as possible to do your own Wheel of Time theorizing. Well, we first meet Nakomi in Towers of Midnight, when she arrives suddenly at Avienda's campsite. We learn from that Nakomi is a middle-aged woman with furrowed skin, wearing an Aiel garb, dark skirt, tan blouse, shawl, and kerchief on her graying hair. The only other significant feature of Nakomi is the pack she carries. From within this pack, Nakomi takes branches, tea leaves, a teapot, several deep earth roots, a ceramic baking box, seasoning, and a pair of tin plates. While all of these things sound mundane, Avienda expresses concern in her thoughts about the oddities of this woman and this encounter. So, what were those oddities? Well, first of all, Nakomi was traveling alone, which really made Avienda suspicious. Also, Avienda struggled to make sense of how the fire had grown so warm, and there were so many coals without her noticing. Along with how quickly Nakomi was able to cook their meal, not to mention the absolute perfection of Nakomi's cooking, which Avienda compares to food at a royal palace. And the final oddity, maybe most disconcerting of all, is Nakomi's disappearance. After telling Avienda she had to go see to nature, she disappeared into the darkness. Avienda waits a bit and then goes looking for her and returns to her own camp, and then notices that Nakomi's pack and plate are now gone, and she never sees her again. Was see to nature alluding to something else? And notice that only Nakomi's plate was gone. It does not say that Avienda's plate had been taken too. So was this even real? Well, but the oddities of Nakomi's appearance, cooking, and disappearance were just part of the mystery. Through her conversation with Avienda, we learn Nakomi is familiar with Aiel customs relating to the Wise Ones, and, well, she's aware of the recent history of the Aiel and the Karakarn. Plus, Nakomi remarks on the Aiel destiny and the wetlands, and breaks down what she believes the purpose and meaning to be of the threefold land. Though, when pressed by Avienda on what sept she is from and where she's traveling to, Nakomi gives us a little Aes Sedai kind of answers. She states she is far from her roof, yet not far at all. Perhaps it is far from me, she says. Well, perhaps it is relevant that Avienda is only a few days' travel away from Meridian. Nakomi follows this by stating, I cannot answer your question, apprentice, for it is not my place to give you this truth. Well, whose place would it be then to tell Avienda where Nakomi is from and where she travels to? Well, finally, before Nakomi's disappearance, she wonders out loud what the future might be for the Aiel, if they survive beyond the last battle. And a final note, after this encounter, Avienda learns that Nakomi, the name Nakomi, is an ancient one. So as you consider the facts from the book surrounding Nakomi, also take into account that Brandon and Harriet have given us a few answers to Nakomi questions over the years. These should help keep us focused on the most likely theories. For example, we are told that there is at least one hint to who Nakomi is in A Memory of Light. Have you found it? Of course, like any good Aes Sedai, Brandon did not tell us just how many hints he gave us in Towers of Midnight. Though Brandon has told us that the stone Avienda slept near was not a portal stone. This is somewhat significant because it suggests that Avienda's encounter with Nakomi did not take place in a mirror world, as some of us had surmised. Additionally, we were told by Harriet that the name Nakomi, as she said, wandered in from the Song of Hiawatha, which happens to be an epic poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Exactly. You should go read that now. Also, Brandon has said that Nakomi was in the books for a reason, not in the books, which he emphasized, just to be theorized about. Although, unfortunately for some fans, Brandon explicitly stated, no, there's not crossover between my shared world and the Wheel of Time. For any of those of you wondering if some world hopping was going on here. And an early favorite in the theory category did take a hit when Brandon stated that we have not seen Nakomi in another guise. And perhaps Brandon did provide one unintentional confirmation by rejecting a question asked by a fan if the oddities noticed by Aviendha regarding Nakomi's cooking had any similarity with another oddity in the books having to do with a pipe. Brandon stated, no, that is not the same. So, by saying not the same, that does maybe suggest that Aviendha's concerns were valid, and that something outside of what could be seen was going on surrounding the preparation of the food, if not Nakomi's entire visit. And finally, Brandon was quoted as saying, I had to dig deep in the notes to figure out who this person is. And Robert Jordan did not want anything said about Nakomi. I can't say anything at all about Nakomi. Dig into the notes when they are released, and then you can find out the things said about Nakomi. The little tiny hints we have. Well, I think I can say this for everyone. Brandon, we look forward to that moment. Now, there is one additional scene in the books with Nakomi that I will not cover in this theory primer to keep it spoiler-free. But if you've read the books, you know what I'm talking about. This scene is perhaps the most key aspect of all Nakomi theories. But don't worry, we will cover it all live Watt Wednesday during our theory deep dive into this mystery, who is Nakomi. So there we have it, everyone. Middle-aged woman of Aiel connection and origin with an ancient name, who's an excellent cook, far from her roof, yet not far at all, who shows a great awareness and concern for the past, present, and future of the Aiel, and just happens to be capable of appearing and disappearing under strange circumstances. So, good luck with all of that, my fellow Wheel of Time theorists, and we'll see you next time at the Dusty Wheel. If you're curious about my thoughts on what this all means, after our show, we'll be doing some chat in the Dusty Wheel Discord. So, see you at Watt Wednesday at the Dusty Wheel. See you on Discord afterwards. And good night, everyone.
Welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Just hit subscribe, and if you want to see more Wheel of Time follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, even on Instagram. Can't wait to see you next Wednesday. No, it's terrible. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And by the way, while you're here, just hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content like you just got. No. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hey guys, thanks for watching the show at the Dusty Wheel. If you want to see more Wheel of Time content just like this, do us a favor and click that subscribe button. And watch that next video over there. It's pretty good. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Discord, Facebook, Instagram. We're all over the place. We'll see you next Watt Wednesday. I don't know.
I think we should use your failed attempts. That's funny.
My failed attempt?
Yeah.
No.
That's